What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rianne Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Monday. Good afternoon, everybody listening on this Monday afternoon. Hopefully everyone had an amazing weekend. Hopefully Fran and Noah had an amazing weekend. How are you guys doing?
I don't think you've ever said the word afternoon so many times.
I don't know if I've ever said the word afternoon in my life.
I don't think I've ever heard you say the word afternoon. I've heard you say a lot of words. I don't think I've ever heard you say the word afternoon.
I don't think I've ever said the word afternoon.
Ever.
It's not coming out naturally.
Yeah, it was kind of like weird.
It was, wasn't it? Well, whatever. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Ladies
Sounds
and
like
gentlemen.
like the principal coming over the loudspeaker.
You say that every time I do every time I talk on Monday morning, you tell me I sound like something else. But that is because it's the start of the week.
Yeah, and you start the week differently every week. Sometimes it's very chipper and sometimes it's not. That was chipper. That was like a principal's announcement. Good afternoon, students.
You know how last episode I started off by saying, like, I just got nothing to give?
Yeah.
Oh, people were not. They were like, well, you can't just show up and say you don't want to do your job, Rhea. It's like... Relax. I was kidding. It's so crazy. People are so nuts. But anyways, I want to start off by saying we are so close to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Like, so close we could
So
taste
close.
it. And if everybody listening just went and subscribed right now, we'd make it there.
We would.
We're like 4.5 away.
Guys, it's my birthday tomorrow. As a gift to me, please go subscribe to the YouTube. If we hit 100,000 on my birthday, I'd be so happy.
That is such a good thing to do.
Yeah. It's a great way to monetize your birthday.
Yes, you
Genius.
You know what you're doing.
We just want a plaque.
Yeah.
We want the plaque
No,
so
it's
bad,
not that we
but
want
I
a
also,
plaque.
I
It's
just,
we really
would
appreciate
be-
everyone
yes, it would
subscribing.
be-
It's all about the plaque.
There's so much work that goes into YouTube, and it would really mean a lot if we hit that 6 figs.
It would mean a lot. So subscribe for Francesca's birthday, and for
Please.
the sake of our job, please subscribe to the Chicks in the Office YouTube, because we're almost at 100,000 subscribers. Woohoo!
Yes, that would be awesome. But anyway, my weekend was fantastic. I had one of my good friend's weddings. It was beautiful. I was that cliche wedding guest that I kept going up to her. I was like, you got the most beautiful day. Like, the weather was perfect. It was outside. It was in Spring Lake. It was stunning. Every part of it was absolutely stunning. Great band, great food. You know when you hit a good cocktail hour where they just have a station for everything?
Everything.
They did not hold back.
That will be my
It
wedding.
was I think the place was almost like, you have no more room. Stop adding stations. There was everything.
That is the way to do a cocktail
Yeah,
hour.
it was.
If you're not
Killed
spending
it.
most of
Killed
your
it.
time worrying about your cocktail hour, you're not doing your wedding right. The cocktail hour, in my opinion, sets the tone for the rest of the wedding. Because if you have a bad cocktail hour, everyone's talking about it. They're whispering at the cocktail hour, like, shit, I'm hungry. We're going to have to get McDonald's after this because everybody knows we're not eating the main meal. So you got to hit the cocktail hour.
No, it was so good. It was so much fun. I got to see some friends that I haven't seen in a while, which was really nice. And then I had like a epiphany, I guess it's not an epiphany, but close enough, coming home on Sunday, where I was looking at pictures, and it has been almost exactly 10 years since I met a group of girls that we all lived not together, but we were all in the same dorm freshman year. And I was like, oh my God, it's been 10 years and now Lindsay's married. Like, this is wild.
movie.
Like, it is.
It's like,
10 years later, like, she's, oh God, it was, emotion, but it was beautiful. It was top-notch wedding. Phenomenal.
beautiful.
I had a great weekend.
It looked beautiful.
Did you cry?
I get teary-eyed. The priest did this lovely thing where he had asked the couple to answer questions about each other, not during the mass, but before. And it was,
like a quiz.
No, well, I mean, there's pre-cana you have to do. If you get married in the church, like, you have to sit down with the priest and go through
I've heard
it's
about this.
hours
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
So he had asked for, like, how did you know each other was the one? What, qualities, I forget the questions exactly, but like what kind of husband or wife do you want to be? And like, what are your dreams for your marriage? And they each answered separately. And then he read their responses.
Oh,
It was absolutely beautiful.
That is beautiful.
It was really like so touching. And
That is really nice.
It was very, very nice. So all around, just a beautiful wedding. I
That
have
sounds
to say.
exquisite.
Yeah, it was. It was.
When
nice.
I usually like have to hold back tears, it's when the like father or mother give a speech.
Yeah. Or the father daughter dance.
Yeah.
Or the mother son dance.
Yeah. Yeah.
All family interaction really is
It
just
gets me.
It just gets you. Or if there's a really cute grandparent running
Oh,
around.
yes. There's
yes.
always like one that's like in a wheelchair. and
Yeah,
that-
yeah,
gosh.
yeah. And they made it.
Yeah.
I went to a wedding this weekend too, and actually the past couple weddings I've been to, I haven't really known the people.
Yeah.
It's not my friends or family.
You're a plus one.
I'm a plus one.
Yeah.
I've perfected it at this point because I've been to so many weddings this past summer.
Yeah.
But I don't really know these people, and I've cried at every one. I can't help it. Like,
Yeah.
just what it gets me.
There's always one of you around too. Like I
Mm-hmm.
look around the church and there's some girl crying in the back. I'm like, you don't even know that.
Yeah. Like, you don't even go here. That's how I feel. But it still happens.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like hiding my head because I'm like, these people are gonna be like, why is this girl crying? She doesn't even know anybody.
Yeah. Well, weddings are beautiful.
Yeah, they are.
Beautiful thing.
Noah, how was your weekend?
weddings for you, huh?
No, I wish.
Yeah.
No, it was a quiet weekend. Saw some high school friends I haven't seen in a while.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, lovely.
But yeah, not much.
Yeah.
I watched that new movie on Netflix this weekend, Do Revenge. With
Oh, everybody
Tammy
says
Mendes.
it's so good.
Yeah. I mean, it was
can I-
good.
is
I don't
she-
understand the like, oh my god, like it has 84% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, I don't understand that. They basically stole things from Mean Girls, Clueless,
Yeah, yeah.
Cool Intentions. Like, it's kind of just a combination of all those movies.
I think maybe it's just because those types of movies never get that kind of reaction. you know?
I mean, it was good. I definitely enjoyed it. It wasn't
Also,
one of
is
those.
she now Cami Mendes? Like, is that?
I have no idea why I just called her that. Camila
Yeah.
Mendes. Sorry.
But it's not just you. I see people
well, I think that's why I called her that.
like writing that or calling her that or
I
her
don't
calling
know.
herself that. I don't know.
have no idea. It just came out of my mouth. And I don't know
Maya
why.
Hawke's in that, right?
She is
Yeah.
as well, Maya Hawke, and
Sarah Michelle Gellar's in it.
yes, it was good. I thought there was, and the guy from Euphoria, is
Which
the
guy?
main guy, Ethan.
Right? Oh, yes.
He's the main guy,
He's also from
and
the Cutie Pie Netflix show that I liked that only got one
Jonathan
season.
Davis is in it, and he has maybe 4 lines.
I saw Sophie Turner.
He's
has
in.
a little
Sophie
spot,
Turner is
too.
great.
Yeah.
She's great. It was good. I thought I recommend watching it.
Yeah.
I don't think it was like an Oscar nominated film that
Yeah,
these
yeah.
people are making it seem like it was
It
the best
sounds like
movie
a
they've
fun
ever seen.
Netflix
It was a
flick.
fun Netflix
Good
flick.
flick.
One of the ones I've enjoyed more recently.
Yeah.
Good twist, I thought.
Yeah.
One I didn't see coming. So I don't know. I thought it was good. Then I started watching Stranger Things and realized Maya Hawke was in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
That's like where she got her big break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen
Well,
the
she
first.
didn't watch. Remember,
No,
Rhea never
no.
watched season 3.
Yes, so that's what happened. So I've seen the first 2 seasons of Stranger
Yeah.
Things, and then yesterday, I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna watch something. What should I watch?" And then I put on season 3 of Stranger Things, and then I saw her, and I was like, "Oh, it's a Maya
Yeah.
Hawke weekend."
Yep. Very.
How many
nice.
episodes did you watch?
I only got through 2 episodes. I fell asleep.
Yeah, those episodes
I was
are
tired.
long.
I
you
was
guys
tired.
watch Game of Thrones?
No,
no,
I'm honestly not caught up. I have so many other shows.
I am caught up except for like last night. I just haven't been watching on Sunday nights. It's just a long. Sundays have been long days, and because I've been weddings or doing stuff over the weekend where once it gets to
Also,
9
football.
Yeah, once it gets to 9 p.m. on Sunday, I don't really want to be paying attention to anything. Like I'd have football on, I could just kind of like lay on the couch and not have to actually pay attention to anything, which is how I would rather tune out. But it is Monday. The Queen's funeral has been going on all day. Big event, all news coverage everywhere. Everyone's talking about it. All the, tabloids, every entertainment site has massive coverage on the service. We're certainly not royal experts, but there are so many
You're not?
details.
You're
no,
not?
I'm not. I wouldn't call myself an expert. I am a
Fan.
like a follower. Like I read, I pay attention, and I
Mhm.
read about it, but I don't like.
You're a consumer.
Yeah, I'm a consumer. That's the right word for it. That is the right word for it because
Words I've never said coming
Yeah,
out of me
yep.
a lot today.
I know.
Exquisite, consumer, afternoon.
The
Afternoon.
yeah the because there's some people, for example, like you look at what Kate Middleton was wearing for the funeral, and for me, like I wouldn't know right off the top of my head that apparently she was wearing a necklace that was Diana's. I wouldn't have known that, but there are experts out there that know that right away, can recognize all these things, and it's been a lot of very good coverage, I think, all weekend long. There's been a lot of discussion of Harry and Meghan's involvement and what they're invited to and not invited to, and what is Harry wearing? Is he in the mourner outfit? Is he allowed to wear the military outfit? Like the whole thing. And I hope he is allegedly wishes people would just focus on the Queen instead of his participation in all these things, which makes sense. But
I like one headline I saw today that was like, Harry and Meghan were snubbed with their like seating, with their seats at the
yeah,
funeral.
but that's like literally every article. It's
I
like,
heard
oh,
he
they were
didn't even
snubbed.
know.
Oh, they were disinvited to some event with the international press or something like that. It's been a lot.
I heard he didn't even know the Queen died until 5 minutes before it was told to the public.
Wow, I didn't see that.
Yeah, page 6.
Yeah. That would be. Oh, I hope that's not true. It's just.
That's what reports are saying. I'm gonna look.
Yeah, it's
no, well, if you want to know, then maybe he shouldn't have left the family.
No, they still his
Max.
grandma.
It is, but do you
Prince
think
Harry reportedly found out about his grandmother just 5 minutes before the palace's official announcement.
Is that page 6 from the Sun or page 6? Because sometimes page 6 reshares articles from the Sun.
It doesn't say
Doesn't
it's
say.
from the Sun.
The
The Duke of Sussex
yeah.
received a call from his father, King Charles, while he was midair on September 8th, shortly before landing in Aberdeen, Scotland. By the time his plane landed, a statement announcing the news had been released.
Well, I guess they couldn't wait much longer, but yeah, it's I guess seeing all the details of like what he's wearing and people interpreting things from that
wait.
has been very intense. Oh.
The article continues. Charles' rep did not, however, share when Harry, who is fifth in line to the British throne, was told in relation to other family members. A royal source stressed to the Telegraph that Harry, 38, was not treated differently from other relatives and that Charles, 73, was not in regular contact with anyone while his mother's health rapidly deteriorated. Everybody was trying to get where they needed to be. That was the focus.
Yeah.
And the king was adamant that the official statement must not be released until all members of the family had been informed. Okay, so it didn't seem like he was slighted. It just seemed like
Yeah.
they were stressed.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's a stressful time. All weekend there was nonstop coverage of the queue to end all queues. The queen of the queues, the longest queue there may have ever been. A lot of tweets and articles about the queue, the people waiting hours to see the queen.
A source tells Page 6 that while it is true that Harry only found out just before the public, it was because he was on the flight to Scotland, therefore not contactable.
That would make sense. No Wi-Fi on those flights.
I don't know.
Maybe
you would
not.
think.
You would think, but who knows? David Beckham allegedly waited 12 hours in the queue. He got in the queue at 2 a.m. and
I would just be like, wait, like if you're just in line, you're like, wait, are you David Beckham?
yeah, I think that's what
Follow me.
I think that's what happened.
But imagine that you're like the one around him, and then you're just with David Beckham for 12 hours.
Yeah, I mean,
You could be good friends by the end.
He told
Why did David Beckham wait 12 hours?
Well, he told CNN he felt like it was something that he wanted to do. He wanted to go in honor of his grandparents because he said that if his grandparents were still alive, they would have gone into the queue with him. He said he grew up in a household of royalists and he did it to honor them, that they would have liked
Is he a
him to
sir?
go do
Was
that.
he knighted? David
I don't
Beckham?
know.
David
I
Beckham?
don't think so.
I don't think so. I feel like if he was, people
Can
would use
anyone?
that.
Can anyone do that?
They have to make you it.
No, it's like an honor from the
Like
They
Sir
just
Paul
pick whoever
McCartney,
they want.
Sir Elton
Oh.
John.
Oh.
Sir Ian McKellen, I believe is also one, right?
I don't know. I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, you do.
Ian McKellen. Who's Ian McKellen?
He's a
Oh yeah.
Wait, so
I
you're
know.
telling me that
he's in all the Lord of
They-
the Rings,
the Royals-
X-Men.
Elton John was
Knighted.
knighted?
Yes.
I thought they just called him Sir Elton John
no,
for
you
fun.
earn that
No,
name. It's
no,
like
yeah.
doctor.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like Sir Elton John because he's Elton John.
No,
No.
no. Sir Paul McCartney.
God, I am stupid sometimes.
I want to say what celebrities
I blame my parents
are knighted.
and school.
All the celebrities knighted
Steven
by the
Spielberg's
British
knighted.
royal family.
Sir Stephen, Sir Stevie
Lewis
Spiel?
Hamilton.
Bono. I guess that makes sense.
Sir Bono.
Bono makes sense.
This has to be fake. It says Rudy Giuliani.
I don't know if that would
There's
be fake.
no way. What? Maybe like 9/11. Like I don't know. Like
Really, like, does this Vogue article, this freaking Vogue article, it needs me
Oh.
to make an account so I can see all the
Judi Dench. of
celebrities that have been knighted?
course. Wait, what do you call a woman? Not sir. What is it? Madam
Dame?
or dame?
Oh,
Dame Judi Dench.
yeah.
okay. He turned down. Rudy Giuliani turned down a knighthood from Queen Elizabeth.
That's so on brand.
But I don't know if this is real. I honestly have no idea if this is real.
Anna Wintour.
It sounds real.
Maggie Smith, Anna
Idris
Wintour,
Elba. Michael-
Angelina Jolie. Oh, an honorary.
Mick Jagger, of course.
Some of them are different.
I feel like only some people though, like everyone calls Sir. Like I don't hear people saying Sir Mick Jagger.
No, it's just like, I feel like it's some people that get it and some.
Okay, he didn't want to be called Sir. He just said, "Just call me Rudy."
Just call me Noah.
But the Queen named Giuliani Knight Commander of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire for his outstanding help and support to the bereaved British families in
Emma
New York.
Thompson, Adele,
yeah. I've never heard anyone say Dame.
Eddie
Adele.
Redmayne, Benedict Cumberbatch, Ewan McGregor, Kate Winslet,
I feel like you should have
Benedict
to be British.
Cumberbatch. For some reason,
Helena Bonham
screams
Carter.
that he was knighted.
Elizabeth
Yeah, the
Taylor,
more British you are.
Judi Dench. I also feel like, well, I think there's different
Tears.
tiers. Yes. No, I do, because it's like, oh, like for example, it says that like Catherine Zeta-Jones, it was Prince Charles appointed her a commander of the Order of the British Empire back in 2010. That's what it means. Commander of the Order of the British Empire for services in drama, for services drama and
I mean, yeah, it's
charity.
like there has to be-
Officer of the Order of British. But then, like for Judi Dench, it says in 2005, Queen Elizabeth gave Judi Dench the insignia of a Companion of Honor. Back in 1988, she had made Dench an honorary dame.
There have to be tears because you can't have Paul McCartney and Rudy Giuliani with the same honor.
Yeah, Helen Mirren in 2003, she was appointed honorary dame. So I think that there's different tiers. Because, David Beckham, an officer of the Order of the British Empire in 2003, and then Victoria got hers in 2016.
Mm.
So I think there is a difference here with honors.
That must be so cool to get knighted with the sword.
Like
on your
Anthony,
shoulder.
it says Anthony Hopkins, he received his, what they call it, a CB in 1987, and then he was knighted by Queen Elizabeth in 1993.
Interesting.
Because I feel like I said, there are some that we really do say, Sir Ian McKellen. I feel like he's always one people say it. Dame Judi Dench as well.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
that's also one that everybody says.
Yeah. That's so funny that Rhea thought people just called him Sir Elton John just because it's like he's Elton.
Mr. Elton John.
God, it's tiring being in this brain. You know?
Oh, but David.
It's tiring revealing your brain
That's
the
fair.
world.
That's fair.
because
But it's just
I'm sure there are
the
many
honest
people,
truth. And I bet you
Right,
there's a lot of people who thought the same thing.
exactly, and yet I'm called stupid
Not by us. No, say it.
by myself.
Oh.
you know.
Well, don't beat yourself up.
But honestly, I'm not that stupid. Okay. Anyways,
no, you are not. But anyways,
you.
This started because I said David Beckham waited all this time. I think there was a lot of other. There may have been some other celebs that had done the same, but then there was just thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands
You think
and
he could have
thousands
cut if he wanted
and
to?
thousands of people. I don't think so. I think it's like the most British thing ever that it was just one queue. And there's no cutting the queue. And
That would be a good Kirby Enthusiasm, like cutting like Larry David's
Yeah,
lines. Like,
yeah.
oh, the Chad and cut.
Mm-hmm.
let's see. Tilda Swinton and
The Royals are really milking this funeral, huh?
They really are. They're really milking this whole thing.
she was
like,
in
come
the
on, she
whole
was, like,
thing.
96,
David Beckham, like
like-
I said. Looks like Sharon Osbourne may have been waiting in the queue as well. A lot of people have been waiting in this line for so
Are there like places to
so
sit?
long.
Like, how do
No,
you
it's like
stand
you
for
have to
12
keep
hours?
going. It's like you weren't like camp. You couldn't bring like camping gear, like any
How
of
do
that
you
stuff.
eat? How do you go to the bathroom?
Snacks.
What about the
I
bathroom?
mean, I'm guessing you.
Hold my spot.
Yeah. If you're by yourself, yeah, that's what you have to do.
Or you hold it. Or
No,
you,
I've
or you pee
never-
your
There's no
pants.
way.
I've
12
never
hours?
waited in a line that long, but I have waited in long lines before.
I've been at in Times Square for the ball drop, and it was kind of like miserable.
I will never wait in a line for that long for anything. I don't care what it is. You will never see me waiting in a line past
After
3 hours.
After we had cutting stems and I was taking Uber home, going up 8th Ave and seeing all the Harry Styles people like at night, just
Yeah.
like sleeping on the sidewalk. Like,
It's ridiculous.
I would never sleep in New York City on the sidewalk.
The only thing
I've waited in some pretty long lines in my life. I'm not gonna lie.
The only thing I've waited in long lines for, I think, is amusement park rides.
I was gonna say like a museum.
Yeah.
Like, I waited 2 hours to ride that Harry Potter ride just so I could tell you guys about it.
Yeah.
And even still, I was like, I gotta wait 2 hours to ride this ride.
Patience is a virtue.
It went quick though. I played a game.
Yeah.
Played
Well,
a
it's
game.
like what if you meet other people in the line. You
Ugh.
could have, it's like it can be made.
You never know. David
into a
Beckham
fun
could be in
time.
front of you.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know who could be waiting in line. But yes, it was a whole very big thing of the queue that just went throughout all of London of people waiting in this line and all.
Can we
to-
finally put her to rest?
I think this is it. I mean,
Yeah,
the mourning period is
Now-
coming to an end
Yeah.
after
King
obviously
Charles's
the-
reign begins.
after obviously the funeral.
Dun dun dun.
And now, yeah, he's been in charge for a while, a week now. So
Yeah.
it just happens.
All right, let's get into the show.
Yep.
The rest of the show. I'm excited because today we're filming the Harry Potter. Why do I keep doing that? The Harry Potter trivia that will be out next Monday.
Mm-hmm.
We have regular trivia this week, but the battle.
Today's a great game of trivia.
It is a great game.
Yeah.
It was a battle. This was a
Yeah.
battle as well, but the next battle, the new battle, will be next
like
week.
one of the best we've had.
It was a great
Yeah.
game. It was.
I will say.
It was a battle. All right, let's get into it. We're talking about Kanye West and Candace Swampole, who are allegedly dating now. Brittany Snow's ex-husband, who's on Selling the OC, was seen canoodling,
Looking
looking
flirty.
real cozy right after the announcement of the split. And we have an interview with Alexis Nyers, which is a big interview.
Yeah.
We have never had a criminal on the show besides Jen
I
Shaw.
was gonna say.
Yeah. But we didn't know it at the time.
We didn't know it at the time. But this one was really interesting because it's like talking to somebody
Well,
who's
we've had
been through it
Drake
all.
Bell on the show.
Once again,
Didn't
didn't know
know.
it at
Yeah,
the time.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
talking
Exactly. Like known.
no, it's knowing in the interview.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
Knowing. And honestly, it was very interesting. I think people
Yeah.
will be very interested in this interview.
There's a
Learn
new
a lot.
Netflix documentary about the bling ring that's coming out, so we're talking all about that.
Yes, very interesting interview. And we have our great trivia segment, Beat Ray and Fran, which was a battle.
Good
So
game. Good game.
let's get into it, starting off with Kanye and Candace Swampole. You guys have heard us talk about Care of before. Fran helped me fill out the quiz, let me know what I need in my life, because sometimes it's hard looking in the mirror and saying this is what I need. You need a friend to tell you, and that's why Care of is perfect. Care of is a subscription service that ships high quality, personalized vitamins, supplements. I don't know why I said vitamins like that. Vitamin supplements and powders conveniently right to your doorstep every single month. You go to careof.com and it's takecareof.com. I'm sorry, takecareof.com. You fill out a short quiz that lets Care of know what you're having problems with, what your concerns are, and then they curate vitamins perfectly for you. They come in cute little packets with your name on it that you could take daily. Like I said, it's kind of fun filling out this quiz, be like, I do need help with that. Oh, that has been bothering me. It's fun. You can ask your friends to do it with you, which I did with Fran, and it's a great reminder to check your health and make sure you are feeling great and up to your best standards every single day. Each shipment comes with a customized booklet showing you exactly what's in your individual daily packets. So it tells you what vitamins there, what supplements there, and why you're taking them and what they will be helpful with. So right now, for 50% off your first Care of order, go to takecareof.com and enter code CITO50. Once again, for 50% off your first Care of order, go to takecareof.com and enter code CITO50. New couple, allegedly Kanye West and Candace Swanepoel are dating. Candace did tag Kanye in her Instagram story over the weekend. Kanye reshared it on his story. You couldn't really see them. It was a blurry picture, but he was tagged in her story and he reshared it, and there have been talks that they've been dating. She did the Yeezy campaign recently. She posted that on her Instagram. So it seems like these two, are allegedly dating. Some may call it a PR thing. I don't think it's a PR thing. I don't think every fucking couple that exists in the world that are famous are PR. I think that famous people date each other.
I saw
and sometimes they benefit from the news of them dating.
Right.
But I do not think every single couple is a PR relationship. Like, everybody's always like, PR relationship. Some people famous people date.
Yeah.
They just date.
Yeah. I saw some people also talking about that around Leo and Gigi, and I was like, why would Leo need a PR relationship?
Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't want PR.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't need PR. Neither does Gigi Hadid.
No,
These people are so famous.
I know.
Kanye West is so famous. Candace Swanepoel, very famous. These famous people date each other.
Yeah.
Like, it's not always, they're dating to be in the news. Like, no, they just happen to be famous and in the news.
Yeah. And could be happy about that.
Right. They could be like, shit, we're getting some press, but also they are just enjoying themselves dating people.
A source told Entertainment Tonight that Kanye and Candace are dating. Their relationship is new. They like each other and are happy with how things are going so far. They've connected over fashion and creativity. Kanye is excited about Candace. Why would he not be? But just
beautiful supermodel.
Yeah. I think it's just, I was thinking about this on my walk to work this morning because I was like, people were really freaking out over this news, I felt like. And while yes, it is, you see the names and you're like, huh. And then I was thinking, we're just so used to Kanye, Kim, that relationship. Before Kim, Kanye dated a lot of models. A lot.
Yes.
Supermodels, all types of models.
Right.
And so now I just feel like
models are Kanye's wheelhouse.
This is just, we're back to how it was 12 years ago, to whenever the last time Kanye was single.
This is no less shocking than Kim Kardashian dating Pete Davidson.
Right.
Like, what? I don't know. I didn't find this shocking at all.
Yeah.
I assumed that when Kanye West was going to start dating again, he was going to start dating models.
Yeah. I don't know too much about
Candace.
I
don't either. And so I don't know. Models could be artsy.
Yeah, Candace just shot, she did a Skims campaign not that long ago.
Yeah, with all the Victoria's Secret models. I don't think that's I don't think that matters, though.
No, I don't think so either. She is
Pete Davidson also went
South
to dinner
African
with Kanye
model.
West. It's like,
she's been a Victoria's Secret angel. She was once, and she became one in 2010.
Candace was
2016. She was listed 8th on the Forbes top earning top earnings model list.
Candace was like the Victoria's Secret
Yes,
angel.
absolutely.
Like she was it.
Well, she did 2013. Yeah, was when she did the fantasy bra. That was like when people, I feel like, really still really cared about that. Let's see. She dated a Brazilian model for a while, and they have 2 sons together.
I do remember her being pregnant.
Yeah, as do I. But I kind of forgot. They have 2 sons together, and they broke up in November of 2018, but they are co-parents to their 2 sons. She's apparently, as of 2018, she would split her time between Brazil and New York City. So her ex was Brazilian model Herman Nicolai. Huh. I don't wonder if I've ever seen him. I can't say I have. But they were together for a really long time, it seems. Like they were like really little when they first that sounds gross. She was 17 when she first met him, I think. So says this information that I'm reading.
So says the interweb.
So says the interweb. But yeah, I gotta say, like, I just feel like this wasn't a very shocking pairing. And Kanye, he's moving kind of fast through these relationships. So
I don't see this one lasting long.
It doesn't feel like anything's really got staying power at this point. It's just like they're having fun. They go on some dates. It could last a couple months, and then on to the next. Kanye is also apparently done with Gap now. Did you see that? He's like,
yes.
The deal's over, and he's
yes.
So that's another thing that happened.
Kanye West no longer interests me. Because nothing shocks me anymore.
He's gonna be devastated to hear that.
I know. How will he go on?
Just because there's no like
it's not that he doesn't interest me, because he is a highly interesting person.
Yes.
Yes. Because he's very complex.
No, but I think
but nothing shocks me.
Yes, that's a better way to say it.
No, okay. It's not that Kanye doesn't interest me, because like I said, very interesting person for sure. Nothing Kanye does shocks me at all.
Yeah.
Like, no kidding, he ended his partnership with Gap.
Yeah.
No kidding, he's dating Candace Swampole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, these things
are
not like, whoa. Like, Kanye's got to do
like,
something.
Business venture he does, we're going to be like,
Yep, makes sense. Kanye needs to do something fucking crazy for me to, like, to knock my socks off.
Yeah.
For me to be like, whoa, I can't believe he fucking did that. Because
he's going to do something crazy.
I honestly think if Kanye killed somebody, I wouldn't even be surprised.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Whoa, okay.
Like,
took a dark turn.
It did, but would you?
It would surprise me.
I would.
It would surprise me.
I would be surprised.
I think I'd be like, wow.
I would be surprised if he just became a straight up murderer.
I
would. I would find that to be a little jarring.
And I'm not saying that he is. Like, I'm not saying he is a murderer.
No, that's obviously not what you said.
I don't think, like, I don't want people to think that I'm like, oh my God, Kanye is such a bad person, he's going to murder somebody. That is not why I'm saying that. It's just, I'm truly saying that, like,
you would not be shocked. Any news that came out from him, you would not be shocked.
I don't know why. It just has lost.
I think
it's
there's
surprise to me.
I think there are some horrid corners of the world, murder being one of them, and a lot of other things.
Right. People are
that if he was involved.
Sometimes I wish I didn't say something like that, because the thing is, it would be very shocking if Kanye killed somebody.
Yeah, it would.
It would be. So if Noah cuts that clip and puts it out, which don't do that, and it's me saying, if Kanye killed somebody, I wouldn't be shocked. People are going to take that.
No, I could cut a clip that where you're like, Kanye doesn't interest me anymore.
No, don't cut any clips about me talking about Kanye, because I don't know what I'm saying right now. None of my words are coming out correctly. Okay, none of them. Because yes, it would be very shocking.
Any celebrity who killed someone, I think most people would be surprised.
Yes, it would be very surprising. It would be very surprising if Kanye West,
like anyone,
randomly killed somebody.
You could say anyone on Earth who killed someone.
But after a minute of me being like, whoa, Kanye killed somebody, I think I'd be like,
No,
No,
I'd still,
you wouldn't.
No, everyone. It would be like for years, like forever. It'd be like, wow, Kanye
Wow,
West,
like
one of
he
the
would-
greatest artists ever,
killed somebody.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't know.
I threw something out there for shock value, and sometimes you can't take it back. And this is not going to be one of those things we cut. We're going to leave it in. I'd like to retract my statement live, though,
Okay, yeah.
and say, yes, I would be shocked.
Rewind.
Beep, 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 beep. I would be shocked if Kanye killed somebody. That is crazy.
But only for like a few hours or something.
But only
I feel like sometimes
for 12
Rhea needs
minutes.
I think sometimes Rhea needs the, like, when we're recording, is that because these moments do happen and then we don't cut them out. But I do feel like if you could have like the Men in Black, the little thing that just for
The rewind?
for the listeners to just be like, we're just gonna forget those last 4 minutes.
and you know what? I wouldn't want them to, but I want them to remember that I retracted the statement.
Yeah.
I'm a live edit button. Okay?
The statement was made. The statement was retracted. All in the matter of
said
about 2 minutes.
that I wouldn't be shocked Kanye West killed somebody, and now I'm saying I would. I'm
Yes.
a flip flopper.
Yep.
Okay? I flip and I flop.
You do.
And I'm
Flop and a
flopping.
flip.
Sometimes your mind
Flip,
can change.
flop.
A flippity flop. And that's what I'm
flip,
doing.
flop. Yep.
I would be surprised if Kanye killed somebody. I'm addicted to coffee now. That's what's happening here.
Oh, blame
and
it
you're-
on the cold brew.
and
Okay.
you're drinking just straight.
Blame it on the cold brew.
You know how I said I wanted to pick up a coffee addiction years ago?
Yeah,
I've
it
picked
seems
it up.
like you've picked it up.
I've picked it up. I drink coffee every day now. And it's making me say crazy things like I wouldn't be shocked if Kanye killed somebody.
Is it just black? You don't
Yeah.
put anything in it? Nice.
Like you.
Nice. Join in, friend.
Yeah.
Congrats, guys. That's how Joe drinks his coffee too.
That's
It's
the best way
right.
to drink it.
I actually texted this. It's right to the point.
Yeah.
It's like being hooked on pills and
No
then going
funny
straight
business.
to heroin. Like I'm going right to the point.
And it's also healthier. Like if you're
Right, well,
putting
you're not, like,
sugar
putting
and
milk or
milk
sugar
and
or
This
stuff,
is
anything in it, yeah.
5 calories.
yeah, and you just get
Not that it matters, but
jolt.
right. The jolt is there.
The caffeine.
The jolt-
buzz.
Do you like the taste?
I don't mind the taste. I like bitter. Like I like grapefruit. Do you like
Oh
grapefruit?
yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
people don't like grapefruit.
There are some people don't like the bitterness
I didn't
of
like
a grapefruit.
for a long time.
Really?
Some people
I
add
used to-
sugar to their
I
grapefruit.
used to
Mm-hmm.
when I was a kid, like eat the whole half of a like they'd cut it in half and then you like
Yeah, like
and then you
You
squeeze
just,
it out.
Yeah,
you just
same.
put your face right in there.
yeah, same. You remember that episode of Drake and Josh where he puts sugar or salt on his grapefruit
Yeah, my dad used to put sugar on his grapefruit.
because it's
Probably.
bitter, so it's like adds a little.
My dad would do that too. Half a grapefruit, I'd have a bite and be like, "Ugh, this is gross. I really
Do
didn't
you
like
like
it."
kiwi?
Love kiwi.
Yeah.
We've now reached the Kanye West game.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
far can we go from talking about
fruits.
Kanye murdering somebody to grapefruits?
Now, I
That's
wonder
why
if we
we're
could
the best
get-
in the biz.
I wonder if we could get from where we're at kiwi right now
We probably
to our next topic. Probably. Let's see. Okay, kiwi. There's a song by Harry Styles called
I was
Kiwi.
gonna say that. yeah.
Harry
Yeah.
Styles is this is actually easy. Harry Styles is a singer, lover of music. I'm sure he's performed a cappella at some time in his life, in his career, just like how Brittany Snow was a lead in Pitch Perfect, the movie about a
And
cappella
people
singers.
do not talk about Pitch Perfect enough, in my opinion. The first two. I don't know about the third one.
Yeah, I never saw the third.
I
like
never
The
saw the third one,
Godfather.
and I have the third Pitch Perfect is like the third Godfather.
I never saw the.
Where-
I'll be honest. In the first and second one, I think I've only really seen one.
Pitch
each.
Perfect is great. The second one,
The first one, maybe more than once.
I think the second one is my favorite. I'm trying to remember the plot of each one.
I couldn't tell you right now.
I liked both a lot, though.
Yeah.
The second one has Haley Steinfeld,
Yes, it does.
but the first one's really funny too. Anyways,
Anyway, Brittany
Brittany
Snow, who was married to Tyler from Selling the OC, they have announced their split after being married for like 2 years. I think they got married in 2020, beginning of 2020. And
don't you hate when a marriage lasts that short?
That's so short. I know.
What's short? 2?
2 years to be married?
I guess it could be shorter.
Well, of course
yeah,
it could be
it
shorter. It could be 72
duh.
days.
But
No,
it's
like I feel like 2 years is. Think about 2 years.
2 years is not that long.
It's
to be married.
But you're
I've been
married
in a
and you were
relationship for over 5
no,
years.
no. But I'm saying, yeah, but you're married for 2 years, but you've obviously been in a relationship for more than 2 years. So you're like,
Some people
but
get
some
married
people
quick.
get married fast. I don't know how long they were together before they
How
got
long
married.
would you find
what would you
out
say
that
isn't
answer?
short then? 4, 5,
What is in a short marriage?
Yeah.
I don't know, 10 years.
obviously.
Well, you just asked me the question,
Yeah.
then you said obviously.
So then, what? 8 years is short.
No, I think 8 years is long. But I think anything under 5 years is a short time to be married. If they
Yeah,
get
yeah,
divorced. It's
yeah.
like, all right, they couldn't make it.
Yeah, I guess in the grand scheme of like you thought you were
In
gonna
the
be with
grand
him
scheme
for
of married,
forever.
my parents have been married for like 30 something years.
Well, not everyone can have the love story their parents.
No, they
Brittany
can't.
Snow posted on Instagram in February of 2019 that she was engaged. But I don't think it was known. I don't think it's known how long they were together before that. It says it's not known exactly where the pair began dating. She shared the first photo of them on Instagram in August 2018. So if you were to clock it, like I'm guessing they had been dating for months plus prior to sharing him on Instagram for the first time in August 2018. But that's still
Yeah, it's short.
that's still
it's
4
short.
years
Yeah,
of
it's short.
from the first Instagram post, it seems, at that point. So they're split up. It was a whole big thing. If you watched Selling the OC this season, it felt like Tyler was maybe, a little flirty. He's getting into some trouble. Some of his coworkers were trying to kiss him. It was this whole big thing.
God, I
And-
hate when coworkers try to kiss me.
Yeah, it's just
That is. So,
for the record, I laughed. You can't. Once again, you can't
do
really.
you not remember
you can't
that Marty
really hear
was-
it, but I laughed.
It's disgusting.
Ugh. No broken marriages though. No broken
Nope.
marriages. I did feel like watching this season, he kind of was a little disrespectful. I just felt like if my husband was on this show and he was talking the way Tyler was, I'd be pissed. And now the rumors were that
Yeah,
the show,
you tell them.
I would be pissed.
I didn't
That the-
watch the show, so I have
the
no idea.
that the rumor of the rumor was that it wasn't like just the show drama that led to this. There was other stuff too, I guess, or who knows. But then over the weekend, he was seen with Alex Hall, who's one of his co-stars on the show. And very mixed feelings on Alex Hall, I feel like. I think some people really like her, some people don't. And TMZ got a picture of them looking, there's no kissing or anything, but they're touching. They look kind of close together. And granted, they were like that for a lot of the season. There was
the
there was
Eppies?
some touching in the Eppies for sure. And they look like they may just be continuing that. Alex, I saw, went on Dumas' show and had said like, "Oh, I'm never going. Like, I wouldn't cross that line. Like, he's a friend, but if he's single now, from what I watched of her on TV, I think if he was single, that I wouldn't be surprised if she's
going for it.
shot her shot there for sure.
She's going for it.
That's like the thing you have to say." Like
Yeah,
when he's still married at
Right,
the time,
right.
it's like you'd be like, oh yeah, if he broke up with his wife, I'd totally be interested. It's like, no, can't. You
Yeah.
probably can't say that.
You got to wait until they're
Exactly.
not together.
You gotta wait till after, which is why it feels like that could be the situation. But Brittany Snow, that's a tough go.
I've always been a Britney Snow fan.
Same.
Hairspray.
John
Tucker Must Die.
Yep. She's had a kind of a funky dating history.
Elaborate.
Lucas Gabriel, great, apparently.
What?
Yeah.
Of High School Musical fame?
Yeah. This says in 2008. I mean, that's a long time ago. Evan Ross were apparently briefly linked.
That's
Ryan
Ashley
Rotman.
Simpson's husband,
Yeah.
who was in 90210.
Yeah. William Tell. He's the one that's married to Lauren Conrad now, right?
I don't know. Never heard that name.
Lauren, I think that's Lauren Conrad's husband. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Tyler Hoechlin? I wouldn't know him from his name, but if you saw his face, I feel like you would recognize him. This guy?
No.
No, nothing. Andrew Jenks. And then it was Tyler. And now that was the end of that. But I feel like, as far as the show goes, it's definitely stirring up some drama for Cell and the OC, I will say.
Which excites you?
I enjoyed the show.
I
will say I thought it was good, mindless reality TV.
I'll be honest. I put it on.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I saw those two short kings grace my screen, I shut it off. I don't know why. It didn't feel right.
With just them not being in a different place in California.
Being in a different office threw me off.
Yeah.
I'll probably watch eventually.
And this sounds like it sounds silly because people say this like, well, it's like when people are like, oh no, I watch porn for like the storylines. It's like, no, you don't. But it's like selling the OC. I really love the houses. Like everybody watches for the drama, but seeing the houses are insane.
I think that fits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The houses, like some of these houses are fucking wild. So it's entertaining
in our wildest dreams.
Yeah, literally. It's entertaining from that standpoint as well. But yeah, that was another. People were very chatty about what's going on between those two. Could be anything. Season 2.
As long as Kanye's not murdering anybody, things are all right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another game of Beat Rhea and Fran. This is game 49, and we are joined by the lovely Haley and Libby. We are so excited to play with you guys today, and this is also going to be not the last game of trivia, but the next game, the number 50, the big 5-0, will be a battle of Harry Potter fans between Fran and Kelly Keegs and two other worthy opponents that deem themselves worthy of knowing Harry Potter trivia. I said Potter with an accent there. I apologize. But that will be very exciting.
Harry.
Yes. But this is game 49. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to play with us. We're super excited.
Yeah, thanks for having us on. We're excited.
We're pumped.
Oh, one of you is pregnant. I'm rereading your email.
The way that you just said that.
Yeah, I am
Jesus
4 days
Christ,
late.
no.
No, I was just like, people like to know the fun facts,
Yeah, I'm 4 days late, so any time.
Wow.
Literally.
Oh, boy.
Oh, 4 days late to give birth?
Yeah.
I thought that you were like, I'm 4 days late, so I think I'm pregnant.
Yeah. No,
that one threw me for a loop. I was
correct.
like,
She said
I
that
thought
in her email.
it
She's
did sound like that.
I thought the exact same thing, Rhea, and I was like, wow, I can't believe she's sharing this information with us.
yeah, I was like, okay, we're super close. Also, your water could break during this trivia segment.
Yeah, like depending on the outcome.
It could happen at any moment.
Yeah,
All right, we're
We're
on baby watch right now.
Yeah, we are. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
And
if it does break, then I think we should automatically win.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I will allow that for sure.
And then you have to name the child after one of us. Those are the rules. Sorry.
Maria and Francesca are beautiful names. If it's a girl, if it's a boy, Mario and Francesco, also great names.
What about
Celebrate.
Noah for a boy?
Oh, and Noah, I guess.
Oh, and her husband and brother's name is Noah.
Oh, well.
Oh my God! So
Well, then
they
you can't name
it.
No,
No,
but that would mean the kid's name
Noah
has
Jr.
more of a chance of being a Noah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, let's get into the
and
game.
their sister-in-laws. I'm just reading off all the fun
Yeah, you're
facts. about them.
rereading their email here now. I
Love
can't believe
it.
you just. Oh, you're pregnant.
Oh,
I don't know how to like
she's about to
phrase
burst.
things. Yesterday, I had a meeting with the person who does like live events here, and I haven't talked to her in a while. And the last time I talked to her, she was about to get married. And after our meeting, I was like, "Oh yeah, last time we talked, you were gonna get married." And
so now you're
and
married.
She's like, yeah, I got married. I'm like, oh, like how did that go?
You
She's like,
so weird.
she's like, oh well, I'm married now.
How was that? How's it going? Awkward.
Yeah, that whole marriage thing. You do that?
I was
Yeah.
like, that happened. Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. Well, Very excited for the game. Also, clarification on game 52 for people listening who I know Noah has a ton of questions, so I don't think he needs anybody
It's game
to
50.
Oh, you mean
submit.
game 50, not game 52.
Game 50.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Harry Potter trivia.
Yeah.
You don't need more questions, or do you have enough, you think? I'm just saying, if people want to
It's not
submit.
going to matter because we're recording when
This is gonna come
episode
out
comes
on
out.
Monday.
Oh,
We're
you're
already
good
gonna
point.
be-
Good point. It is going to be movie based, though. I do want to clarify
Yes,
that
yes.
because Kelly is also very good with the books. She rereads the books all the time, but we're doing movies.
And Rhea and I are going to collab.
We're gonna collab on
on
questions.
the questions.
Couple of co-hosts.
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
here.
Well, I said I'm not
Should
a
you sit
part of
over
the
here?
trivia, so like I'd like to be
No,
a part
yeah,
of the
you
making
should-
of the
You
trivia.
should alternate questions.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, game 49 will be 15 questions. We'll alternate. Whoever has the most points at the end will be the winner. If you got the question wrong, the other team can steal the point. And to decide who's going to go first, Noah's going to give us a movie. We're going to guess the Rotten Tomato score. We'll alternate guesses here. So everyone gets one guess. Whoever is the closest will get to go first. So, Noah, what is today's movie?
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Shut up.
Great movie.
I literally before this was like, I should look up How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days on IMDb. I feel like that might be the movie. And I did it,
Wow.
and I was,
Wow.
Wow.
That
I'm not
but that
even
does
kidding.
mean
Let
that
me down.
your senses are already
Tingling.
tingling for this game though. I
Yeah.
feel like so that could be a good sign. Okay,
I hope so.
one guess from you guys to start.
All right, I'll go first. I'll give it a 72.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time, but I'm gonna give it a 43.
I love this movie, but Rotten Tomato doesn't tend to like these movies, so I'll go 60.
I was thinking 61. I'm gonna go 58.
Rhea's one off. It's 42.
Oh my god! If I would have got it right on the head, I would have. I don't know what I would have done.
It would have been
Probably
something.
screamed.
All right.
42. Ugh.
Shit. My senses are tingling.
Yeah.
I guess.
I guess it makes sense because they do hate those movies.
Yeah.
But
One of my favorites.
that
but
is a perfect romantic comedy.
It is top to
I
bottom.
don't think I've never seen it.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Truly the most perfect romantic
It is
comedy.
so good.
I
All right.
recommend. You would like it, I think.
Okay. Yeah. I think I've probably seen parts.
Yeah.
but- okay. Question number 1 to Rhea and Fran. Shout out Hannah from Columbus. What did the tank top say that Mike used to ask out Paula on the Jersey Shore?
I have no idea.
That Mike used to ask out Paula on the Jersey Shore. No idea. Literally no idea.
The tank top had words? Is that
Yes.
what? Okay.
I have no idea.
I have not even a guess.
Not even a guess.
Will you?
Jim Tan, will you be my girlfriend?
Yeah.
That's my guess.
That's a good guess.
No.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, yeah, I was
Libby
just
and
giving a
Haley.
guess.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Okay, so I've never ever seen Jersey Shore, and my husband was like super excited that we were going to be on trivia, so he sent me all this stuff. And one of them was Jersey Shore trivia, and this was actually on there.
Oh my
What?
god.
The actual wording was like, I don't know if I'm going to get the actual wording, but it was like, will you go out with me? But that's too wordy for a tank top. It was
5 seconds.
Oh, come on, Haley. You know this.
I'll just
Something about going on a date?
will you go on a date?
Incorrect. It's let's make it official.
Let's make it official.
Haley,
You know, I
reacted and
wonder
was
if-
like, oh,
I would have
got
never
it.
gotten that.
I wonder
He's
if
gonna be so mad.
I wonder if the question writer got that from like
JerseyShoreTrivia.com.
Maybe. Sometimes people
He sent
send
us like Kardashian trivia too.
Amazing.
yeah, like people send the
What
same
good prep
question
you guys have
sometimes.
done. Now I'm nervous. Okay.
Okay,
I would have never gotten that one.
Yeah.
Bless
Bless
you.
you.
thanks. Question number 2. Shout out Chandler. This is to Libby and Haley. Which animated movie was originally a book? A. Madagascar, B. Ratatouille, C. Shrek, D. The Lion King.
Wait, so it's Madagascar,
Ratatouille.
Shrek, The Lion King, and Ratatouille.
Yes.
Why am I
I feel like
thinking
Shrek. Oh, I don't know. It's probably not a Pixar. It's probably not a Disney movie. I mean, those were based off of like fables, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you think Shrek or Madagascar?
Let's go Shrek.
All right. Oh my gosh. Okay. Shrek.
Shrek.
Final answer.
Correct.
Nice.
Nice.
Shit.
I did not know that.
I was gonna go with The Lion King.
I would have picked Shrek.
All right.
I would have went The Lion King.
It's just Shrek seems more of like a folklore
Yeah,
book
yeah.
type thing.
Folktale.
Folktale, folklore.
Okay, Taylor Swift over there.
Is that her thing?
Folklore.
Name of one of her albums.
No, I know, but she didn't invent folklore.
No,
No.
obviously not.
Okay. Question number 3. Libby and Haley are up 1-0. This is to Rhea and Fran. Shout out Sarah from Hamilton, Ontario. Which of the following songs did not come out in 2015?
Shit.
A. Hello, Adele. B. Hotline Bling, Drake. C. Shake It Off, Taylor Swift. D. Sorry, Justin Bieber.
Fuck. Okay, what was it? Hotline Bling definitely came out in 2015. Shake It Off came out in 2014. Shake It Off.
Final answer.
She's so confident about this.
Yes.
I'm going with her. Yeah.
Correct.
Nice. What was the logic there?
Because 1989 came out in 2014.
There you go. Your favorite album.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Tied up at 1. Question number 4 to Libby and Haley. Shout out Steph from Hoboken. What was the name of the high school in Boy Meets World?
Oh, it was named after a president. William McKinley, maybe? Do you know, Haley?
No.
It's definitely named after a president.
Go with your gut.
15
I
seconds.
trust you.
All right. William McKinley. Final answer.
Incorrect.
Jefferson. Jefferson High.
We're going. Thinking, what's another president that's always used for schools? Eisenhower?
15 seconds.
Lincoln?
I have no idea. I don't know the high school.
I don't know either. Let's go Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Incorrect. John Adams.
That's a classic.
Sneaky John
That's such
Adams.
a classic.
I knew it was a president.
President, though.
I should have
Yeah.
just sang the song. That's the only ones I know. The first 3 from the song.
Damn
Yeah,
it.
That makes sense.
Washington, Adams, Jefferson,
Tough.
Madison,
It had to be one of the big ones.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Question number 5. Still tied up at 1. This is to Rhea and Fran. Shout out Emma from London. In Love Island Series 8. I don't know why she wrote series.
She's from London, Noah, and they call them series over there.
Okay, sorry, Emma. In Love Island Season 8. What was...
Series 8?
All right. In Love Island Series 8, what was the name of Tasha's stuffed animal?
Oh, God.
I don't know because I felt like a copy of Molly May and Tommy's.
Yeah, it wasn't. Molly Mays is an elephant, right?
Yeah, and that was Ellie Belly.
This was like a bear, I think.
10 seconds.
I don't even have a guess.
5.
Barry.
Mr. Barry.
Mr. Bear.
Incorrect.
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
I don't watch Love Island. If you guys don't know it, we definitely don't know it.
Fluffy.
Sure. Fluffy. Final
Incorrect.
answer.
It's Flat Ted.
Yep. I remember that.
I would have never gotten
I remember that.
All right. Still tied up at 1. This is question number 6
Okay.
to Libby and Haley. Shout out Heather from Tampa. Put these 90s pop bands in order of their first album released, earliest to latest. Spice Girls, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Destiny's Child.
Okay, I think NSYNC is the newest. And then I would say, I don't know which is older, Destiny's Child or Spice Girls.
I think Spice Girls is older, but I think Backstreet Boys is actually sneaky old because they've like come back several times. So
Did
maybe,
anyone? Oh, they're all 90s. Sorry, go ahead.
maybe it's oldest to newest.
Yeah, first album. Whoever put it out first to most
Okay.
recent.
So I would maybe go Spice Girls, Backstreet Boys, Destiny's Child, NSYNC.
You think Backstreet Boys is older than Destiny's Child?
All right, time is up. Final answer.
All right, all right, go ahead, Haley. You just do that.
Okay, so Spice Girls, Backstreet Boys, Destiny's Child, NSYNC.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. That's what I was thinking.
I think Destiny's Child is the newest.
So
I think
Spice Girls.
Well, wouldn't one of the boy bands go before Spice Girls? Because boy bands were more popular than girl bands. So then it was like a boy band and then a girl band came out.
I don't know. I just feel like
Who's newer, Backstreet Boys or NSYNC? Because I don't know that.
I think NSYNC is new.
Okay, so I'd go Backstreet Boys, Spice Girls, NSYNC, Destiny's Child. Okay, Backstreet Boys, Spice Girls, NSYNC, Destiny's Child.
Correct.
Wow. She's on her
My
game.
gosh.
Woo! She's on
Those ones are
fire,
so hard.
folks.
Because I remember Destiny's Child the most.
Yeah.
So to me, that would mean it's the newest.
Yeah,
because-
yeah.
Backstreet Boys was May 1996. Spice Girls
I
was
knew they
September
were like
96.
old.
And
Oh,
NSYNC
so
was May
they were the
97.
exact same year.
NSYNC
Backstreet
was
Boys and Spice
Yeah.
Girls.
May 97 in Sync, and then February 98 Destiny's Child.
Wow.
All right.
Extremely close together.
Yeah.
So did we just swip NSYNC and Destiny's Child then? Or we were totally off?
No, I think we were
you
just
were totally
totally
off.
Backstreet
Okay,
Boys
okay.
came first.
Yeah.
Okay. 2-1 Rhea and Fran. And this is question number 7 to them. Shout out Rachel. In the Jonas Brothers 3D concert experience movie soundtrack. What should I didn't realize that it was gonna keep going. What Shania Twain song did they do a cover of?
Oh, gotta get me. I
10 seconds.
I don't know I think I know the name.
Time is up.
I have no idea.
Get you good. Final answer. Get you good.
Correct.
Oh, really?
Okay, I don't know any Shania Twain songs, besides I Feel Like a Woman. And
If you're
but
really
it's I feel like Fran was close because
Yeah, the
I had a
hesitation
huge
said it has to be
hesitation.
something like that. So,
Do you know? Is it going to be like a variation of those words?
probably. So, like,
Something about getting you,
5
or something
seconds.
about good.
get you.
Get you. Is that what you want to go with? Do you have any
I
idea?
have no other answer.
Time's
right.
up.
Get you. Final answer.
Incorrect. Fran's gonna be mad, but it's I'm
I'm
gonna get you good. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is the title of the song.
Oh.
That's tough.
all right.
Oh. Okay.
Still 2-1 Rhea and Fran. And this is
Barn
question
burner.
number 8 to Haley and Libby. Shout out Darcy from Tamaqua, Pennsylvania. Name this year. Adam Levine was named Sexiest Man Alive. Frozen was released in theaters. Flappy Bird was launched on the Apple Store.
Okay, I was a senior in high school, so I think it's
I think it's 2000. I think it's 13 because I'm pretty sure Frozen came out in November.
Okay, then let's go 13.
Okay, 2013. Final answer.
Correct.
Damn. You guys nailed that
Did
one.
you guys play Flappy Bird?
Yeah, a little bit. Those games were great on the
Temple
iPhone.
Run.
Temple Run, yes. Even Angry Bird.
Oh, Angry Bird. Doodle Jump.
Doodle Jump.
Doodle
Ninja.
Jump. Fruit Ninja.
Subway Surfer.
Subway Surfer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those were great.
Doodle Jump, I think, was my favorite.
Every
I
time
love
I'm
Doodle Jump.
bored, like on a plane, sometimes I'll download Subway Surfer again.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, let's try this again.
All right, tied up at 2. This is question number 9 to Rhea and Fran. Shout out Amanda from Scranton. Whose season of The Bachelorette was Grocery Store Joe originally on?
Becca Kufrin. Final answer.
Correct.
And he went home like the first night.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That he did.
How did he get the name Grocery Store Joe?
I think because he worked.
Because he like
Worked in the grocery-
his
It was like produce
job,
or
his
something.
job was that he like ran a grocery store, which
Yeah.
wasn't even really his job, I don't think.
3-2, Rhea and Fran. Okay, and this is question number 10. I'm going to play a movie clip, and you tell me what movie it's from. This is to Haley and Libby.
I made the pumpkin risotto that we saw on Rachel Ray's Seasons of Summer special.
It's awful, Mom. It tastes like roadkill.
Dan, do you hear how they talk to me? Do you hear how you gotta say something?
All right, kids. Now, you know your father works very hard at keeping this house clean and putting 3 meals on the table for us every day.
Hello?
Besides, I brought us a pizza!
You know what? Happy pizza. Happy pizza. You broke my heart. You broke my heart!
I think that's Chris Rock.
It definitely is. So is it like
Maybe Grown Ups?
Ups?
Like
Like what other movie is he a dad in? He's in
Yeah.
What to Expect and You're Expecting, but that's not that.
No.
Trying to think of what else he's a dad in.
I don't recognize the scene, but it feels like that would be a scene in Grown Ups.
The first one?
I don't know. I don't know.
Got the first one to be safe. Second one feels like a wild card.
Yeah. All right. Grown Ups. Final answer.
Correct.
Wow. I had no guess.
After they said Chris Rock, then I
Yeah, but I couldn't.
would have
didn't-
just stole your guesses.
I didn't. I couldn't even tell that was Chris Rock.
And what's the woman's name? I'm blanking, but she's very funny. Maya.
Maya Rudolph.
Maya
Maya
Rudolph.
Rudolph, that was her.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 11, tied up at 3, and this is to Rhea and Fran.
Shit.
Shout out Hannah B from Atlanta, not Hannah Brown. Could be.
Thanks, Hannah B.
When did season 1 of America's Next Top Model air? What year?
What year did the first season come
Yeah.
out? I don't know, 2000. Early, right? 2004, 5, 3, 6.
Could be literally anything. I would say 2007. That feels late.
5 seconds.
That feels late.
Let's go 2005.
5.
2005.
Incorrect.
I was gonna go 2004 or 2005. So do you want to go
Okay.
4?
Yeah,
It's
I
early.
really don't know. I have no idea. So
Let's
go
go
ahead.
2004. Final answer.
Incorrect. It's 2003.
Ugh.
Oh,
So that was the third
Do you wanna
option
be
I
on
threw
top?
out. 4, 5, 3, 6.
Honestly, that show was like crazy, but so good.
It was nuts.
All
that
right.
was my sick show. Like you watch when
Yes.
you're home, watch
Same.
it all the time.
And then
Yeah.
when they had the seasons, like
You
there
watch
was
it back
one
now, it's
channel
like, holy shit.
when they had the seasons like play back to back to back, so you could just watch one
Yeah.
season in one day.
It was
That
just like all weekend.
that was
all the
amazing.
time.
Yes.
Okay, question number 12, tied up at 3, and this is to Haley and Libby. Shout out Marissa from Toronto. Name the 2 song titles that Harry Styles and Taylor Swift have in common.
I want to say stop. I don't know why I want to say style.
Does he have a song called that?
I don't know. I know. I feel like I don't think I'd be able to get 2.
No.
5 seconds.
We can go with that and like another common one.
I don't know. I don't want to give them.
Willow or something.
Time is up.
I'll just pass.
We'll pass.
All right, Tari and Fran.
They have two
Yeah.
songs that are the same name.
Yeah, I think one of them is on the most recent album from Harry. Name some of the songs. I don't know.
As it was, Late Night Talking, Music in a Sushi Restaurant,
Satellite.
Matilda, Satellite, Cinema,
5 seconds.
Love of My Life.
I think Style is one of them.
Time is up.
Harry Styles doesn't have a song called Style.
I don't know.
Time
We
is
got
up.
nothing. We got nothing.
You named like every song on the album that except for the one.
I knew
Daylight.
it was Daylight. Yeah.
Daylight is one, and Carolina is the other one.
Oh,
Oh, that's
After-
like brand new for her.
I remember
really
Daylight
just went.
once you guys started guessing.
feel like I really did go through almost every song besides Daylight.
Daylight, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Still 3.
Also,
3.
what album is Daylight on for Taylor Swift?
It's off of
On
the
the new
movie
one.
where the Crawdads sing. It's not on an album.
Daylight is?
No, that's Carolina.
No, that's Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina.
Daylight is on Harry's House and Lover, I think.
Taylor Swift,
Lover.
that's on Lover, yeah.
Lover?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Still tied up at 3, and this is question number
Damn.
13. Shout out Kristen from Boston.
Okay.
And this is 2.
It's us.
Rhea and Fran. Shout out. I already did shout her out. My God. In Hannah Montana, Miley and Lily try out for the cheerleading team. Finish this cheer. Dominate the floor. Pirates make that score.
Give it all you got. Pirates make that shot.
Final answer.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I can't believe you
was
got
on the
that.
TikTok
I almost got that
recently.
too fast.
It just came so naturally
Yeah.
to her.
I was a
I can
cheerleader.
picture her doing it.
Yeah.
All right, 4-3, Rhea and Fran. This is question 14 to Libby and Haley. Shout out Monica from Vancouver. A lot of Canada
Yeah.
questions today. Okay, in the movie
International.
She's the Man, what does Viola give to Duke with her invitation to the debutante ball?
It's a wheel of
Debutante.
Gouda cheese.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh my God, we're tied up again.
Huh?
This is a good game.
Oh boy.
Final question,
For the win.
possibly.
It is for the win.
Yeah.
It's not possibly
He
if
said
we.
he meant possibly the last question.
Well, I meant
Because-
possibly. It's not for the win if you don't get it. Well,
Yeah,
it is for
but-
the win.
That is literally the point of saying for the win.
All right. Question number 15. Shout out Kelly from New Jersey. And this is to Rhea and Fran. What is the name of the Spanish teacher in That's So Raven?
I could see her.
I know. She
10
was so
seconds.
funny.
I have no idea.
I haven't watched Raven.
5
That's a Raven in
seconds.
15 years.
Right. I don't know it. I don't know.
I don't know it either.
Nothing.
Nope.
To Libby and Haley.
I don't know. I don't remember the last time I
Garcia.
watched Raven.
Uh,
What'd you say?
Garcia.
Like Senora Garcia or something like that?
Sure.
Sure.
Incorrect. Incorrect. It's Senorita Rodriguez.
Oh my God, I knew that.
Did
Then why don't you say it?
No,
You
I
gave
swear to
no
God.
guess.
No, I swear.
I didn't give a single out
I
loud
am
guess.
not even kidding though, but I wish I like could prove that in my head. I thought like Mrs. Rodriguez, but then I didn't want to just like. I wasn't confident about it. Oh fuck!
All right, overtime.
Shit! I really didn't know that. God damn it!
Well, the record shows that you didn't.
I know.
you
No,
threw
I
out
know.
no
I know.
guess.
I know. I know. I know.
All right. Question number 1
Oh
of
my God! I'm
overtime.
so mad at myself.
And this will go to Libby and Haley. Shout out.
Fuck.
I'm gonna butcher this name. Naili from Texas. Sorry. All right, this is another Harry Styles question. Name the first song off of each Harry Styles album.
Oh, shoot. I was like, wait, this is our question. I couldn't even name the first one off of Harry's house.
I have nothing.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to get all of them. So we pass.
Okay, to reinforce.
Okay, Fine Line is golden.
Yeah, and this one is Harry's house is music for a sushi restaurant.
Okay, and then Harry Styles.
I don't know what Harry Styles is. I don't know what the first song is.
Is it what? Does he have one called Woman?
He does, yeah.
Let's go with that.
Sure.
Harry Styles, Woman, Fine Line, Golden, Harry's House, music for a sushi restaurant.
Correct. Harry Styles, his first album is Meet Me in the Hallway. Great
Nope.
song.
Wasn't coming up with that.
Okay.
But the other two are right?
Yes.
Yeah, shit. Damn it.
Question number 2 from...
I'm going to get
For
you good.
overtime.
It's going to...
For the win.
Senora Rodriguez.
Okay. Question number 2. Shout out Emily from New Jersey. This is to Rian Fran. In High School Musical, what dessert did Zeke give Sharpay at the end of the movie?
Creme brulee.
Zeke gives Sharpay the end
Creme
of the
brulee.
movie. Creme brulee.
Creme brulee.
Incorrect.
No,
Wait,
it's in a baggie.
I was gonna say creme brulee.
No, that's in the song. But at the end, they're at the basketball game and he hands her like a baggie. It's like cookies of some sort, I think.
You think he would give her cookies? You don't think he would give her like something fancier?
10 seconds.
Is cookies too general, Noah?
I can't say.
So maybe it is. I don't know. I feel
Let's
like
Go cookies.
mean-
and then if we have to
Time is
specify,
up.
all right. Let's go ahead.
cookies.
Correct. Cookies.
That's it?
That's it. Cookies.
Wow.
He just gives her cookies?
Yeah.
There's not a type of cookie?
No.
What a letdown after the tiramisu or whatever it is.
Creme brulee.
Really?
I feel like he says something about him being like chocolate chip or something. Do you recall that?
No.
Oh, well, all right, moving on.
They're cookies. They're cookies. Okay. Question number 3 of overtime. And Libby and Haley are up
This is possibly for the win as well.
for them.
Yeah,
Yes.
For you, it would be to
correct.
continue going.
Possibly.
But you guys will get this. This is to...
This is not our question.
Oh, this is to them. But you would get this. Okay.
You are so freaking annoying.
Okay, shout out to Sam. This is to Libby and Haley. In Entourage, what cosmetic surgery does Drama want to be done?
Haley, did you watch it last night?
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to watch all of Entourage in one night.
I've never seen
Nose
Entourage.
job? Is that too easy?
What was the question?
In Entourage, what cosmetic surgery does Drama want to have done?
I don't know.
5 seconds.
Nose job, lip injectors, facelift, Botox. Maybe that's on
Sounds
character.
like cosmetic surgery.
Time is up.
On brand.
Let's go nose job.
Incorrect.
It's calves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Final answer.
I am
calves.
Yes.
more than confident.
Yes.
It's his calves.
Calf implants.
Calf
Yeah.
implants.
Yes, correct. Okay.
Never would have gotten there.
Wow.
All right.
This is frustrating.
5 all.
Holy shit.
So I was thinking, do we do another 3 or do we just do like
Sudden death.
Sudden death, but not sudden death because that's not really fair.
A
Like-
shootout.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a shoot. Like if you get one right, they have a chance to get a question right. If they don't, it's over.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
that type of thing.
Yes.
First person to not get a question right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Loses.
unless no
But-
one's getting one right.
But
You know what I'm saying? Like
So if they so the next
like-
question goes to them. If they get it wrong, we have a
no,
chance to
next
answer
question
a
goes
question.
to you.
yeah.
Okay.
If you get it wrong, it goes to them. If they get it wrong, we keep going.
If
you-
we get it right,
if you get it right, they have a chance to
So-
get another question right if they
yeah.
get it wrong.
then we win. Yes.
If you get it wrong and they get it right, they win.
Yes.
Okay. I'm a little confused, but I'm going with it.
Okay. Question number 4 of overtime to Rhea and Fran. Shout out Liz from Maryland. In the movie Bring It On, All or Nothing, with Hayden Panettiere.
Which was this us?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were competing to be in what Rihanna music video?
Ponda Replay?
Ponda Replay.
Umbrella? No, Ponda Replay.
Ponda Replay.
Final answer?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. So this is...
So we have to get this right.
You have to get this right
To keep going.
to keep going, otherwise you lose, yeah. I mean, that was redundant, but... Okay. All right. Question number 5 of overtime. Shout out Hillary, Caitlin, and Taylor from Greenville, North Carolina.
Wow, collab question.
Whoa.
Took 3 brains to write this one. It better be good.
Yeah. Who re-recorded their time capsule video in One Tree Hill?
Oh my gosh.
Was it Nate? Because he said all those terrible things about Haley. Did he re-record it? Or
No, I don't think he re-records it though. Is it Mouthed? Because doesn't he say that stuff about Brooke?
oh, it is. I think it is now. I think you're right. Because that's how the whole thing came out. Was he re-recorded it? I think you're right. I hope you're right.
10 seconds.
Okay.
Okay, Haley, you're the one that's gonna know this better than I will.
Let's go Mouth.
All right, Mal. Final answer.
Incorrect. It's Anna.
Oh.
Why would you not have given? Oh, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I was like, why didn't we have a chance to answer that?
would
But
you
it
have
didn't
known
matter.
that?
Anna, why
I'll
did
be
she
honest,
Because she doesn't want to say that she is.
She
what
says
she's
that
gay, right?
she says that she's gay. Or
I also
bisexual.
Wouldn't have
thought-
gotten that.
I thought it
And
was Mouth.
When you said Mouth, I was like, fuck, it's definitely Mouth. But no, Mouth helps Anna, I think.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
you're
that.
right.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Wow, what a great game, guys.
Yeah.
That was a really
that's
good
some
game.
top-notch
That was
competitiveness right there.
that
Oh
was
my
a true
gosh.
battle. Thank you guys so
Rhea,
much for playing.
you did a great job. I fumbled a lot
Thank
of
you.
questions.
Thank you. I felt pretty strong about the
Yeah.
ones I answered.
Yes.
Wow.
You guys were great as well.
I can't believe I lost on a One Tree Hill question. That is gonna bother me for the rest of my life.
That one was a hard one.
Don't worry. Between
You were close.
Senora Rodriguez and fucking I'm gonna get you good. I'm gonna
Yes. And
Could
now
sing
she
the
has
whole
to name her
song.
baby Noah.
Ugh.
Yes, exactly.
after just watching.
Yeah.
I just watched the Shania Twain documentary too, and it was so good. And she was performing that song, and I was like, "Oh, this reminds me of the Jonas Brothers because they played it on that tour." And then I listened to, yeah.
It's okay.
Anyway, well done, ladies.
Yes,
that
great
was a
game.
great game.
Thank you so much again. And
I hope the baby comes soon.
Thank you.
yes, we are rooting for you.
Yeah.
If you guys get a chance, can you just email Noah your address and sizes for some merch?
Yes.
That was our first double OT
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
and 49
honor.
and
That
49 games.
That was like
Yeah.
hockey right
yeah.
there.
Started to shootout.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much. It was so nice meeting you. And
Thank you.
keep us updated.
Thanks for having us.
Congratulations
Yeah.
again. Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye, guys. I know we're going into fall, but that does not mean that you have to end your summer chill vibes. Coors Light helps you find moments to unwind. Maybe you have a big work presentation. Guess what? You can follow that up with a nice happy hour, some friends, and add a nice ice cold Coors Light. Or maybe weekend errands. You got stuff to do on Saturday, on Sunday. Take a moment between trips for a little college football, maybe a little professional game. You sit down, you crack open a Coors Light and have some you time. Whenever you need to hit reset, reach for a Coors Light. It's made to chill. From college football games to Halloween costume parties to chilling on the deck and watching the leaves fall, there's always a way to turn off and hit reset. So for those moments when you need to soak in the season, reach for a Coors Light. It's cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged. It's literally made to chill. For me now, that unwind time comes on a nice Sunday where I'm watching football, I'm hanging on my couch. I don't have to do much, but I can reset and reach into my fridge and grab a nice cold Coors Light. So Coors Light is the one we choose when we need to unwind. When you want to hit reset, reach for the beer that's made to chill. Get Coors Light in the new look delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/chicks. Always celebrate responsibly. This is coming from Coors Brewing Company in Golden, Colorado. All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest. We have Alexis Haynes, formerly Alexis Nyers, here on the podcast. We are super excited to talk to you. I think you're one of the most iconic pop culture reality moments of this century. I was thinking because I'm thinking
past 20 years.
I'm thinking 2000 on.
Yeah, past 20 years.
Yes, 2000
in
on.
the 2000s.
Yes, correct.
In the 2000s, I'll take.
In the 2000s is really what I was going for. But Alexis, thank you so much for coming on our show.
Thanks for having me.
So very exciting. I do think that our listeners, I'm 100% know exactly who you are. But if not, Alexis, how would you introduce yourself to our audience?
Wow. Well, presently, I'm a sober woman. I have 11 years of sobriety. I'm a mother of 2. I have a podcast myself, and I've written a book. But people probably remember me from the Bling Ring, my involvement in the Bling Ring, and my reality show on E!, where I had that very iconic phone call with Vanity Fair writer Nancy Jo Sales. So most people probably will remember me from that.
Breath at the same time.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So Netflix is now coming out with a documentary about the Bling Ring, which, honestly, I was not too familiar with what had happened. A little bit. Like, I remember it vaguely. And now, obviously, with you coming on the show, I dove a little bit deeper. And now I'm very excited for this 3-part documentary to come out. I think it comes out September 21st. Yep. So that is next Wednesday, or I don't know if this will be out by then. Week. But I think people are very, very intrigued about the entire story, how it all happened, the aftermath, everything about your life. Has been very fascinating, and this story as a whole. So do you feel like this documentary will clear up a lot of the misconceptions that were made about you and more things come to light?
Yeah, I think it does a really good job of that. Miles did an excellent job of really getting into the underbelly of this story. I think that back in the earlier 2000s, media and just the way that we reported things was so different than it is today. That was kind of like the pre-woke era, right? And so there was no space for like the nuance and the complexity that came along with crime and like what actually happened. And Miles did a really, really good job on talking about all of that, and just how, the kids involved with the Bling Ring, one of them being me, I was 18. I think that everyone at the time liked to point their fingers at us and go, oh my God, these celebrity obsessed kids. And 2 things there. One, yes, Nick does talk about how we're celebrities obsessed. And of course, growing up in this time where we were consuming so much media than the generation before, we were. But we all had different motives as to why we partook in this crime. And I think that was really missing from the narrative. I also think that it really so beautifully lays out, Miles did a really good job at this, at talking about how everyone wanted to become famous off of this case. And so while everyone was pointing their fingers at us like, oh, these kids who are so obsessed with becoming famous, it's like the detective wanted to become famous. Mm-hmm. My lawyer, it's like when you actually look at the belly of the beast that is fame and our desire to be famous, it's across the board. It's not just us. Yeah. So did a good job.
Is it true that one of the officers or the detective that was involved with the case took a role in the movie Bling Ring, which then lessened your sentence? Lessened?
That wasn't me. That was Courtney.
Courtney.
But yeah, allegedly.
Yeah.
But allegedly,
Yeah.
no, there was a lot of really corrupt stuff that was going on behind the scenes. You know, even one of that detective, Brett Goodkin, he refers to me as being hot in one of the interviews that he's doing with one of my co-defendants. And he allegedly went on, and this is based off of texts that I've seen, and there was an LA Times report about this, from what I recall, went on to basically sexually harass someone who was in my life, who is possibly going to have to testify in my case. And then he played himself in the movie. And when that happened, the judge basically was like, at this point, you know, we can't put this girl on trial because it's just become so muddy and so messy. And so Courtney, I believe, and mind you, like Courtney, Nick and Rachel were the ringleaders. You know, Courtney probably would have gotten a little bit more time than me because she was involved a little bit more from what I understand. But she got off with like a couple of years of probation.
Have you, I mean, when the movie came out, and I watched we've seen the trailer for the documentary. So we see there's like kind of a moment of where you say like, I was made out to be the leader of what was happening. And I do feel like the movie kind of fed into that narrative also. When that all happened, how did you react?
I think by the time that the movie aired, I was used to it.
Yeah.
At the time of my arrest, it was definitely jarring. It was not what I expected. And it was really challenging because I was basically on like a gag order from everyone on the team. Like I was only allowed to do my show and then of course do that, you know, one interview with Nancy Jo Sales. Those were the only people I was allowed to talk to. So I wasn't able to like defend myself publicly. And it really wouldn't have mattered if I had anyways, because I think people just had they just wanted to run with it. Sex sells. The story wouldn't have sold. It wouldn't have lasted very long in the media if it was just about two kids who, you know, robbed a bunch of celebrities. It would have made it a couple news cycles and we all would have moved on. But the fact that this young, conventionally pretty girl who had her own reality show partook in it, it was like, we're gonna, you know, really gonna run with this now. And yeah, I became the face of the Bling Ring. And it's nice. It was nice. And to just finally have that to put to rest, because I still get people DMing me saying, fuck you for robbing Paris Hilton, you fucking bitch, I'm gonna kill you. I still get those messages from time to time. But also it just speaks volumes to like, when the media wants to have a narrative, it goes with it. I was never charged in any other burglary. Nick never said that I was involved with any other burglary. I don't really know how they got away with that reporting, and constantly, even in the movie, in the trailer, it's challenging for me because it says Alexis Nyers and Nick Prugo were in the Bling Ring who robbed the homes of, and then it lists all of these celebrities.
Yeah.
But I didn't rob all of these celebrities. I wasn't, you know what I mean? And so it is really challenging. But, you know, Nick really wanted to take responsibility for that in the movie. He does. And he actually says something to the extent of like that it angered him that I became the face of this thing, and that, you know, essentially he wanted to take the crown. And so by all means, have the crown, you be the bling ring leader. I'm just gonna go back to living my quiet life, please.
Yeah. What was the timeline like when the bling ring was active, but then you were filming Pretty Wild? Because it was like, what did you decide to do the reality show before that part like happened in your life, and then it just all came together at one time?
Yeah, so we signed our contract with E in June of 2008, and the crime happened the following month, and then we started filming in October, and I was arrested on the second day of filming.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That is really wild. And how many, because you said they list all of these homes of these celebrities, how many were you actually involved in?
One.
Okay.
Orlando's house.
Yeah. And it's how connected have you, like, I know Nick is in the documentary as well. Was there an opportunity for others to participate, or have you had any like communication with these people in the last few years?
So I only knew Nick. I briefly, I knew because of the community we lived in, like I knew Courtney Ames. I'd spent a little bit of time with her and Rachel Lee, but not like at parties or whatever, not like hanging out together. It wasn't someone that I would consider a friend, but and Diana went to the same high school that I went to. And so it was very weird fighting this case with a bunch of co-defendants that I essentially didn't know, because the only person that I really knew and spent time with was Nick Prugo. And so Nick and I met we only knew each other for about 6 months before this happened, and then 9 months before we were arrested. And at the time of I had no contact with him from the time that I was arrested until this documentary, and I still don't have contact with him. Like, he doesn't have my phone number. He tags me in a bunch of stories on Instagram and stuff, but we don't talk.
Yeah.
This documentary was originally supposed to be Rachel and I, and that was because I randomly ran into Rachel a couple of years ago. She actually was the assistant for my hairstylist, and I hadn't seen any of the members since. And then I went in to see this like very bougie LA hairstylist guy to cut my hair, and all of a sudden there's Rachel, and I'm like, and she pretended not to know me. And I was just, she was probably so scared because I don't think her boss knew anything about her involvement with that. And so after we stepped outside, and I just was like, how are you? Are you okay? Like, she did time, you guys. Like, she did years in prison. And she was like, no, I'm really good. And then, we started to get presented, like, this was just so random that HBO and Netflix started talking about the idea of doing this documentary. And I had decided to go forward with Netflix, and I thought she was on board. We had like a long conversation where, she was just so sweet, and she's really trying to rebuild her life. Like, I was impressed with how dedicated she was to healing and doing what's right, because that's not easy. Like, after committing crimes and having a felony on your record, and rebuilding your life is really tough. So we sat down and talked, and she was like, I just don't know if I could do it. Like, I don't know if I'm ready, and I'm just going to think about it. And then I got the news that she was pulling out. And then they decided to move on with the project with Nick. But to my understanding, everyone everyone under the sun got an opportunity to be in the documentary, and the people who wanted to do it did it, and the people who didn't didn't.
Now, do you remember what the conversation was like between you and Nick when you decided to rob Orlando Bloom's house? Like, how did that go down? Is it because I'm sure when you're at that age, it seems more like a funny thing to do. And then
it wasn't funny.
No, it's not a funny thing to do. But, you know, you did it. So it's kind of like, oh, let's just do this.
Yeah. So I knew what was going down, but I wasn't involved in like the planning of what was going down. And the reason I agreed to go is because honestly, I was a junkie who needed drug money. And I didn't have access to funds at the time. You know, we hadn't started filming, and my addiction had gotten really bad. And I had been kicked out of my parents' house because I could not show up sober. And I was a nightmare. My poor mom, that, you know, I can't imagine having to deal with your daughter when she's strung out on heroin and Xanax and alcohol. It's not fun. I was disappearing all hours of the night, and I was, you know, it was not good. And I just totally got off track. What was the question? I don't know how I just...
No, it was about the conversation that took place before it happened, but I'd imagine you saying that, you know, you were going through addiction and all of that had to be take the money, you'll do whatever it takes. Kind of has to be frustrating when you see the way it's represented in a movie or everywhere else, and you're like, they don't really know what I was really going through or why I made these decisions, because you were dealing with like a severe addiction.
Well, that's the nuance that was lacking that I was talking about. Like, crime doesn't happen in a vacuum. Addiction doesn't happen in a vacuum. It doesn't just happen because one day you decide to, you know, take part in crime. Like, everyone has a motivating factor, and all of our motivating factors were different. I can only speak to mine. You know, this is kind of where Nick and my viewpoints, and granted, I was under the influence. At this point, I don't need to save face. I'm owning the fact that like I robbed Orlando Bloom's house, you know, and like I was going to parties and jacking money from, like, I was a piece of shit human. Like, I'm here to like fully own that. You know, this is kind of where there's this point of contention between the two of us. And so I will just say this, that like I knew what I was doing, but I wasn't involved with like the planning of that. The planning happened between Nick and Rachel. They planned every other robbery. I just showed up that night. And I was a willing participant. No one held a gun to my head, you know, and I made that decision, and it's a decision that I feel awful about. I don't have any regrets because it was the thing that ended up saving my life. But obviously that shouldn't have been at the expense of another individual. And so, you know, and in the documentary, Nick, you know, he says that, you know, him and Rachel had, during the planning of this, you know, they said that they were going to basically keep and set aside, and somehow, I don't know if they went to the house beforehand. That's the other thing too, because I know they robbed these houses on multiple nights, but essentially that there was going to be nothing left for me, that they were going to take all of the Rolexes and all of the expensive things and keep them for themselves. And so it's kind of like, well, what is it, Nick? Like, you're saying that I was involved in all of the planning and I knew all of the things, but here you are also saying that like you and Rachel had this plan in advance, and that, you know, you had this ulterior motive. And so, yeah, you know, I took part in the robbery. I specify in the documentary what I took and the reason why, and I'm fully owning it.
Why do you think that he said that they were planning on taking all of the expensive things at a different time than when you were going? Like, was that to set you up or what?
I don't think so. I think that they just, at that point, they had their own motives and their own setup. Like, I don't I don't know what they were doing with all of Paris Hilton's jewelry. I don't know what they, I never saw any. Yes, Nick gave me clothes. But I never saw like expensive jewelry or, anything like that, or like loads of cash, or, you know what I mean? Like things like that, that was not my experience at the time. So yeah. I'm not sure what his motive was in that, other than, they wanted the most for themselves. And for whatever reason, they wanted to get me involved. And, they did the same thing with other members too. And I don't get it. They had a thing going between the two of them, and I'm not sure why they started to bring in other people, but they did.
Yeah. So, you served your time, and afterwards, I think that was what you say is the beginning of your sobriety journey. Can you talk to us a little bit about that, and what made you at that point decide to get sober?
Oh, it was not a decision. I wish, it wasn't a decision. Yeah. It was like sheer desperation. And I always talk about how like I was desperate, but I was unwilling for a really long time. Like my life was in shambles. I was sentenced. I did my time. I got out. And at the time, I could clearly see how like my relationship with opiates was a problem. I now know in recovery that opiates and alcohol and sex, all the things, were the solution to my problem. That my problem was complex trauma. And that's another thing that got left out of the documentary that I was a little bit bummed about. But, I endured a lot of sexual abuse in my household growing up. It started when I was 4, and it lasted until I was 8, and then I was abused by babysitters and my dad's girlfriends, and I grew up with an alcoholic father who was physically violent, and I had a lot of trauma. My father became homeless. It was a lot. And so that was the problem. Yeah. The alcohol and the drugs were the solution. So when I got out, and in jail, we don't reform people. We don't give them solutions so that way they don't repeat. And I was talking earlier today to my cute little glam squad here. And I was saying that, I remember when I got out the first time, the cop looked at me and was like, "We'll see you in a couple months." And I was like, "You fucking asshole. Like, no, you won't. You'll never see me again. Like, I did my time. I'm getting the fuck out of here." And sure as shit, I was back a couple months later, because now I got financial issues. I'm a convicted felon. I can't get a job. I don't have a show anymore. I have no money. I have no resources, and I'm a drug addict. Like, how am I supposed to show up to probation? How am I supposed to not use drugs again? And I went back to using drugs, and my life got really bad really fast, like worse than it was before. And I don't know how it could have gotten any worse, but it did. And I started using intravenously, and I started smoking crack, and it got really, really dark in that time period between August when I got out and December 1st, which is when I was arrested in 2010. And holy shit, you guys, I'm sorry, can I cuss?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it was really bad. And I'm so grateful for both of my arrests, because they led me to get into a treatment center. And that's really when my life began to turn around. And I'm, happy to say that I got and stayed sober, and it's been 11 years and some change now. God, 11 and a half years, which is wild. And life is just so much better, like today.
Well, first of all, I think we both want to say how sorry we are that you did experience those things growing up. That is extremely traumatic.
And thank you for sharing it with us.
Yeah, and for you to now be in the place where you're at, like you just said, 11 and a half years, and even to be able to participate in a documentary like this, where you have to relive a lot of these things, right. And you've moved on with your life, and so to kind of revisit that and be able to talk about it shows that you are in a good place now, I think, because I don't think a lot of people can relive that.
Right. And even doing press like this interview right now, how has that been on you? Because I'm sure having to relive all of this and talk about it constantly can't really be an easy thing, like Fran said.
Yeah. I think a lot of people would have the same sentiment that you guys do. But I actually really love this because I'm not alone. You know, it's like 1 in 4 women are going through, you know, living with a history of sexual assault. How many Americans are dealing with depression, anxiety, sex addiction, food addiction, drug addiction, alcoholism? I mean, I would say that I'm more of like the norm than not. And so, you know, when I started on the path of healing, yeah, it was really hard for me to revisit a lot of these things. But because of the gift of recovery and the work that I've done, they're no longer emotional triggers for me. And so when I talk about them, and often people are like, God, how do you talk about that without crying? And I'm like, it's healing. You know, it says when, you know, we recover in the program that I chose to recover in, it says we're men and women who can and do recover. And I mean, fully recover. So for me, like the obsession to check out of my reality left, right? And I developed this beautiful relationship with myself. And as a result, I get to talk about it and share my experience, strength, and hope with people, and hope that they feel inspired to heal, and that they know that no matter how far you've gone, no matter what you've done, no matter what you're dealing with and what you're facing, because, you know, I've seen a lot in my 11 years of sobriety, and there are people who have done far worse that are living with that, right? And that we don't have to live in shame. Yeah. You know, and that we get to be free of that. And that's such a beautiful thing. And that we get to connect with each other on such a deeper level when we can show up vulnerably and authentically. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Well, that's great. That's beautiful to hear. I'm glad that you are enjoying doing this. That is great. And I do think, you know, like I mentioned at the beginning, the Nancy Joe, and like you said, the Nancy Joe, this is Alexis Neiers Calling video has been so culturally relevant for so long, because not only did everybody obsess about it when it happened, but once, you know, YouTube happened, and then social media, and now TikTok, people remake the sound and all these things that
even we saw you redid it, which was awesome.
Happens all the time. Is that like how many? I'd imagine people probably quote that to you all the time.
I'm in the street and someone will go, $29. Yeah. And it'll never die. And I don't want it to. Like, that's the thing. It's like, I don't want, you know, someone asked me yesterday, like, it's got to be annoying with all of the things that you've done in your recovery that people always talk about the bling ring.
Right.
And it was for a very long time for me. And now it's like, no, I get to own that. Like that. Like, we get to own all of the messy parts of us, which are really magical. Like, when we can go like, that was really challenging and I made it out on the other side. I'm going to turn this immense amount of pain into purpose, and I'm going to help people with it. It's a wonderful thing. And so, yeah, I actually enjoy it now. I recently worked with an amazing artist, Sean, and he made a Nancy Joe, this is Alexis Neiers crying shirt.
I saw that. It's so cool.
On my Instagram, and I just love him so much. And, you know, I don't make any money off of that. I just love supporting small artists, and he's great. So I'm like, whatever I can do to help.
Right. That's awesome. Yeah. And I think even the way you said before, you were like, yes, I robbed Orlando Bloom's house. And like, just the way you said it is like, you've accepted what you've done, but you've come such a long way. And you also mentioned a lot of these changes in your life wouldn't have happened if those things didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And again, I always like to clarify that it should have never happened at his expense. And I'm making a living amends for that every day. That was part of my recovery process. because I wasn't able to make a direct amends. And you know, and I also have so much gratitude for him. And you know, he doesn't need to know that, but it's true. I do. He saved my life. Like that moment really saved my life. And had that not happened, I don't think I would be alive today. I don't think I'd be doing the work that I'm doing. I don't think I'd be raising 2 amazing daughters. I don't think any of it. So, it was a gift. It was a really painful gift. It's sad that it had to happen again at the expense of someone else, but it was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah. Have you watched the Sofia Coppola, the movie? No. I'd imagine that would probably, I mean, it is Emma Watson.
Yeah,
so
I just
wild.
Desire. It's just, I just don't have any desire. Again, it's like, I'm really, I am really just health conscious, mental health conscious, emotionally health conscious, physically health conscious, except for my obsession with Diet Coke. Over here, like
I feel you on that.
You know, it's like sweet green and whatever else. And I'm like, but I have to have one thing. I don't drink. I don't use drugs. I don't smoke. I don't do anything. I have to have my Diet Coke. And so, yeah, it's like, and I'm also just a busy mom. Like, who has to, if I'm going to sit down and watch something for 2 hours, it's not going to be The Bling Ring.
You know, that makes sense. That is extremely fair.
Have you met any of the celebrities that were involved, not that you were involved with them, but just like in general that were involved in any of the robberies?
No.
It was such a big, like, now, and it is, I'm so fascinated. I can't wait to watch the full series. I think everybody's going to really enjoy it too, because it did, when this was happening, it really was that 2008 height of the obsession with the Paris's, Britney's, Lindsay's, all of the, like, it was such a huge thing, and it's still such a phenomenon now. I think, like, you know, with everything Britney Spears has gone through too, people really reflect now also on that time, and with paparazzi and the media and how everything was depicted. So I really feel like this plays into all of that as well, and I got a sense that it digs deep into that in the documentary, which is out September 21st. Are you looking forward to people watching the documentary? Do you think it's going to have a, like, I'm trying to think of how you would gauge the public's reaction, or is it just like, I'm putting this out and we're done with it?
Yeah. You know, I again, I didn't do this for me. Like, going into a documentary, you know, I spent a long time denying this. And so going in and like owning it all and talking about it was not easy. And I did it because I hope that people walk away from it and just, if they're struggling, that they know that there's a better life out there for them. And so that being said, I am excited for people to see it, because I do want people to feel inspired. And I do want this world to become a better place. I know that sounds so fucking sappy and annoying, but it's true. And it's like, whatever we can do, even if it means falling on our own sword and having to face public ridicule, because not everyone's going to agree with, you know, not everyone's going to see it in that light. And that's okay, because everyone's going to view it through the lens of their own perspective. But if there's just one little clip or one little thing that someone sees from an interview from this or from the documentary themselves, and they go, oh my gosh, like, I need to get sober, I need recovery, I need to take care of my mental health, then that's all that matters.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, I think that's a great message, and thank you so much for talking to us and sharing your story with us. And I think we're very excited to watch the documentary as well as many others.
Yeah, the Real Bling Ring Hollywood Heist documentary is out on Netflix September 21st. Alexis, thank you so much for talking to us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Great. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you again.
Girls, I hope that you have a good rest of your day.
Yeah, you too. You too.
All right, everyone, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Make sure you're freaking subscribing to our YouTube, or else we're going to come through the screen and attack you. No, we won't. We will not do that. We won't do that at all.
Ask nicely.
We're
'cause it's
asking
my
nicely because it's Fran's
birthday.
birthday. Please subscribe so that we get
Yes.
to 100K. We would love that. And we thank you so much to all the people who have subscribed already. We appreciate you. We love you. Have a marvelous Monday, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday.